everyday minimal makeup look, I'm really focusing more on beautiful skin and hiding any imperfections that may be on my face and not really focusing so much on the eyes or the lips. First step is to apply a sunscreen. I recommend everybody applies a sunscreen. The one that I use is from Neutrogena. It has an SPF of 100. Works really well, and it doesn't leave my face feeling greasy either. And I'm also applying that onto my neck. And don't forget your chest and the backs of your hands, also very important. And then on top of that, I usually apply a face moisturizer. So first thing that I'm going to do is cover up some of the red spots that I have all over. I've had some acne issues on my chin lately. I finally have it cleared up, but I have some leftover residuals from where it's still healing. So I'm taking a green concealer. This is the one in the Graftobian palette. And I'm going to apply that onto those red dots. Disappear. And I also get redness around my nose. So I'll hide that a little bit there. And then just apply this on any other red spots that I can see around my face. I'm taking the e.l.f. concealer brush and using that to dab the green concealer into my skin and begin to blend it a little bit more. And some green concealers that I have used in the past have a tendency to show through your foundation or any makeup that you apply over them throughout the day. But this one from Graftobian has never done that for me. I really love this stuff. You can see all of those red dots gone. And to help conceal the pores around my nose that I don't want sticking out there, I'm taking Benefit's Porefessional, a little bit of this, and applying that over those areas. Then I'm taking the MAC Prolong Wear Concealer. This is in the shade NC15. I'm taking a very small pump onto the back of my hand here. I'm applying this underneath my eyes. I'm also using this on my lids. And basically just applying it a little bit over where I had applied that green color corrector earlier. And then just lightly dabbing it around my face. I'm not going to be wearing a foundation, so I'm relying more on the concealer today to act as my foundation. Haven't looked like this since I had the chicken pox. I'm going back with the e.l.f. concealer brush and using that to begin to blend all of this into my skin. And you can see just using the concealer alone does a really beautiful job at covering up those tiny imperfections. Setting the face lightly with a powder. This is one from MAC. As part of that beautiful skin look that I've been after with this minimalistic look, I've also been using this palette from IT Cosmetics. It's My Sculpted Face. Great range of contour and highlight shades in this palette. So for my contour, I've been really attached to this shade right here, and then for my highlight, I'm going to be using that shade. I'm taking the Sedona Lace 850 angled brush and contouring down the sides of the face, along the hairline, into the temples. Taking that same shade down the sides of my nose, and also underneath the lower lip. Then I'm adding the highlight up here onto the top of the forehead, down the bridge of the nose, on top of the Cupid's bow, on this area of the eyes slightly, and up along the top of the cheeks. I'm adding a rosy pink blush. This is from the Sephora Pantone Color of the Year from a couple years ago, and it's in the shade Bridal Rose. Very light, shimmery pink. For my brows, I'm using the NYX Tame and Frame Brow Pomade in the shade Blonde. I'm not using a whole lot of this though, keeping it very, very light. So just taking a little bit, going through the brows, and then going back and filling them in a tiny bit more, because I don't want a real heavy looking brow in this look. If I don't have my eye makeup done and I have these really strong brows, it just looks funky. So I find that doing them very light, very minimal, looks much better. not applying any eyeshadow or false eyelashes. I know, shocker. But I am going to be curling my lashes, and to do this I am going to heat up the lash curler underneath a blow dryer for a few minutes. A few seconds rather. You don't need to put it underneath there for more than at least 10 seconds. And I know you really can't see the difference because my lashes are so blonde, but they did really curl nicely. So now I'm applying a waterproof mascara. This is one from NYX. But before I forget, I almost forgot, I'm taking a translucent powder onto the MAC 190 concealer brush, and I'm going to apply this over the lashes. This helps to thicken them up. Finally, for the lips, you can either go with lip balm, which I have been doing a lot lately, or add a lipstick, and I have been a little bit too obsessed with this one. The Too Faced Melted one in Melted Sugar. Oh, it's such a pretty nude color. But I find I don't need to apply much, so what I'll typically do is apply it onto my lower lip, put both my lips together, and then just blend it into my top lip from there. And that's pretty much enough for me.